All right, team, this is just a quick 15-minute ground mobility work session. Let's jump straight in. Now follow along really closely with this movement. This is going to get really deep into the groin, so watch my body position. You can put one leg straight down towards the bottom of your mat. You're then going to bring one arm back behind you. So my left leg is out, my left arm is back behind me. I'm going to step my right foot up and over the left leg. And I'll come up onto the right fingertips for a bit of support. Lean forward a little bit. Push through the left heel. I'll go ahead and lift that leg up. Hold it for a couple of seconds and lower it back down. We're going to go through a few more of these. Can you get that really deep clenching sensation in the left groin? 3. Hold it. If you can, lift it a little bit higher and then back down. Now this is one of the only movements you can do on the ground to hit this really short-ranged groin position. You might get a bit of cramp in this one. And then back down. So we're doing about a minute on each side. I might have mistimed that a little bit. You can just stop in the middle, have the knees out wide, and just butterfly pulse for a second, and just already feel the difference between the sides. Just keep pulsing the knees for a little bit. And then second side. So I'm going to stretch out my right leg towards maybe the top or the bottom of your mat. And then the left foot comes up and over, right hand down on the ground, left fingertips, probably going to cramp up on this side. Let's lift it up on. Oh yeah. Lower it back down. If you cramp up like I just did, then you can just shake the leg out, but just keep going if you're not cramping up. And again, let's lift it up. Lower it back down. Cramping up again. You can just keep moving through cramp if you've got the pain tolerance for it. If not, then you stop, shake it out for a little bit, and then keep on going. God, the cramps made me lose count a little bit on this side, but I reckon we're nearly at a minute. And then lift back up. I guess for a lot of you, that will be a new movement that you've just learned, and maybe that position in the groin is one that you haven't accessed much before. Hands down beside you. You can just bring the hips up off the ground by pushing down into the hands, and then move forwards and backwards. And then for a moment here, sit down, hands around the feet. Damn. Yeah, if you got tight groin, you're really going to feel that one, that's for sure. Okay, and then we'll just move into more of a static pose just to open up a little bit. So you want to bring your knees out really nice and wide and come onto the insides of the feet. Okay, you can make the knee stance here as wide as you possibly can. Maybe you want to bring it in a little bit just to get a bit more range. And then from here, you start up on the palms, rock forwards and backwards. If it's available for you, you can come down onto the forearms. Did I say forearms before? Maybe I said palms. I meant palms first and then forearms. You could see what I was doing. And then you can rock backwards and forwards. Maybe you can make the knees a little bit wider here. And you want to find the parts that feel like they're really sticking. And then you can just do what's called flossing there. So you find that part and then you just rock backwards and forwards. And then keep deepening the breath. So it is this combination of deep breathing and moving through that threshold where it feels like if you went any further, then it might be a little bit painful, but you don't move into that pain. We don't move into any pain whatsoever. All right, now go ahead and pause. You want to try to keep the hips stacked above where the knees are. Now go ahead and lift your right foot up off the earth, getting into that rotation of the right hip. Hold that top position. Can you lift it a little higher? Lower it back down. And again, second side. Ooh, that side's super tight for me. Can you lift maybe up a little bit higher? And lower it back down. And just keep going side to side here for about another minute. I've got my timer out in front of me, so I'll try to do the timing out the best I can. For these kind of movements, I think usually about a minute is good. And if you want to take it a bit further, then you can do more. Let's just keep going, lifting it one side, then the other. You know, the two main things you want to bring to your practice, whether that's in the gym or if that's in yoga: intention and attention. So important. We're not just here like lifting the legs up side to side whilst we're thinking about other stuff. No, no, no. You are getting deep into your hips, not just with the strength, but with the mind as well. So when you're lifting up, you're really thinking about what's happening in the body. All right, now just go ahead, rock backwards and forwards. If you are down on the forearms, come up onto the palms for a moment. And you can increase the range of rocking a little bit there. Now what we've done there is short range groin, the first one, and then long range as well with the butterflies in between. Whew. All right. Now let's go ahead, take a moment here, just lengthen the legs out in front of you. Now we're actively rounding the spine here, so we're not just tilting from the hips. So let's go ahead, reach the arms up above the head, take a deep inhale here, and then actively round the spine forward. I know for many of you, this rounding of the spine is a bit of a complex thing to do. It's going to be much more natural for a lot of you just to go through the hips. Take a couple of deep breaths there, then you can slide your hands behind the shins. Now grab onto the backs of the shins, so onto your calves, and then pull through the elbows. You pull elbows back towards the hips. Now fully lengthen the legs. Now engage your quads as much as you possibly can. What we're trying to do here is engage the quads whilst fully lengthening the hamstrings. You might feel this running all the way from the calves, through the backs of the knees, up into the hips. Maybe you can even feel the quads engaging, because what we're doing here is we're using the quads to pull the chest further forward. Hold in that bottom position. And now you take about 5 more long, slow, deep breaths on. Each exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Hold that bottom position, engage the quads even more, hold for 3, 2, now 1. Now slowly come back up. You can bring the hands back behind you for a moment. You can just bend into the elbows just to twist the spine a little bit, maybe shake out the legs. All right, I've got a sweat on. Maybe it's just because I'm outside in Bali. All right, now come up and sit onto your knees. Bring the hands onto the knees, tuck the chin. I hope this doesn't affect the microphone too much. And then push the arms forward as you tuck the tailbone and round the spine even more. So we're going for full deep flexion here. You can grab onto the ends of the knees and pull on them. So you're in that deep flexion and then you're engaging. So tuck the tailbone even more, engage even more. Maybe you can just manipulate this one a little bit side to side to stretch the sides out. And now pull the palms back towards the hips as you push the butt back and send the gaze up. Exhale as you push the palms back forward, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. Get that engagement at the end. And breathe deep into it. Now you just keep going through these. They are a little bit technical to begin with. But the more and more you do it, the more natural the movement feels. You can really get that engagement when you're in spinal flexion, and as you move into spinal extension, which is your back bend, you can engage everything there. Again, with the elbows, think about pulling them back. So pulling through the elbows can help engage the back even more. A lot of people are thinking about pulling maybe through the neck here, but pull back with the elbows. You can try and pull the scapula down and back a little bit. All these little micro adjustments that you can make such a big difference to your movement practice. Come back to seated on the heels. Spin the legs out in front of you. Take a moment to shake them out. Now make your way all the way back down onto your back. Nice and slow. Bend the knees. And then shuffle your shoulder blades together under your back. Now, I want to try to get my fingertips to where my heels are. You see there? That's the position that we want to move into your bridge. So we start just by tucking the tailbone here. We want to peel the spine up off the earth piece by piece. So you tuck the tailbone, then the lower back, then the mid back. The shoulder blades are already shuffled together. Maybe you shuffle them together even more. Can you grab onto your ankles? Can you engage the glutes even more? Can you tuck your chin to your chest even more? And can you push your hips towards the sky? Now, if you notice, what we're doing is we're moving into these positions, then engaging in that end range. That teaches the body to be strong in that end range, not just there all floppy. So really grab onto the ankles, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and breathe deep. Here for about 5 breaths. Now slowly release the grip of the ankles, unshuffle the shoulder blades. We reverse the motion we did before. Don't be so quick to flatten yourself down. Tuck the chin and then lower the upper back, mid back, lower back. Take a moment here just to allow the body to readjust. Maybe you want to send the feet a bit out in front of you. Now we just let the soles of the feet fall together, knees out wide. Just enjoy here for another minute. Perfect, there we go, nailed the 15 minutes. Breathe deep. Now just scan through your body and notice where is still holding on. Not necessarily consciously, but where is your body just gripping? For me, I often get it in my left hip. I can just be sitting down sometimes and I notice that my left hip is just engaged. And the funny thing is, that is where I get most pain in my body, in my left hip. So maybe there's somewhere like that for you. Just keep letting it go. If you want to stay laying down for longer, go for it. See you in the next one.